today my state of affairs. Today all things are made brand new. Don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should?
I can change my reality by changing my mind. Peace, joy, and happiness, it's yours and it's mine. I am loved and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should?
Let me hear you say,
all is well, all is well.
Divine Spirit is directing me right now.
Right now, all is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should.
Float in the Spirit, I'm led by the divine. I am one with all that is. My soul is free from time. I'm blessed, and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that
All is well,
Don't you know that
all is well,
soul is free from time?
all is well,
All I gotta do is change.
all is well,
I'm free, y'all.
all is well,
All is well, y'all.
all is well,
To know that
all is well, and unfolding as it
aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Are you happy this morning? You should be. You woke up and you got started on your way, so you should be ecstatic. Let me hear you say amen.
Amen.
There you go. All right. Hallelujah. Well, we thank you for joining us here at Unity Church of Hawaii, where our mission is to transform lives and inspire people to make a positive difference in the world. So joining us in that mission, we're going to ask you now to please stand and let's let our inner light shine.
1, 2, 1, 2.
This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shining all over the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Shining all over the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Shining all over the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hiding under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hiding under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hiding under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This inner light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Oh, yeah.
Aloha and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii, where it is the truth that I know. Oh, I just have to tell you, if you're wondering why I'm breathing hard, I had to go get the daily word for a little bit later. So I did a sprint around the campus. But what I also know is that while I am here in the right place at the right time, right now. So are you. My name is June Dillinger, and I'm a licensed Unity teacher here on the island of Oahu. And I'm absolutely delighted to be sharing with you the truths that I know of Unity and what it is to be. This is a pan-denominational Christian-based movement where the path you are on is the right path for you, and we celebrate all roads to the path that each and every one of us are on. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said, "Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind." And when we think of kind thoughts and loving thoughts and why we come to Unity to have our cup filled up with abundance to an overflowing state for the rest of our day, for the week ahead, until we return the following Sunday. Today, I invite you to please stand, share a kind thought, and give some love to your neighbor, whether it's a fist bump or a hug or a kiss on the lips. Oh wait, just welcome them to Unity Church of Hawaii. Welcome, everyone.
Another beautiful Sunday on Oahu, in Honolulu, at the base of Diamond Head Mountain. And from the base of Diamond Head Mountain,
Yes.
Johanna, what do you think we're going to do at this point?
We're going to just really be with one another, and we should really spread a little aloha at this point,
You
because I
heard her,
see it
Dan.
out there.
You heard her, Dan. Let's spread some
Yes.
aloha.
I see a lot of aloha. People, are you listening? What we're about to say. It seems we're on a mission, trying to find a way. With you and me, it's a guarantee. Spread a little aloha around the world. And I know we can work it out. Make this world a better place for you and me. A-L-O-H-A, a little aloha in our day. Spread a little aloha around the world. A-L-O-H-A, a little aloha in our day. Spread a little aloha around the world. Could you imagine all around the world a little aloha in every boy and girl? Could you imagine how simple life could be with a little aloha in you and me? A-L-O-H-A, a little aloha in our day. Spread a little aloha around the world. Aloha means hello, and aloha means goodbye, and aloha means
And while we were spreading aloha in this chapel, there are some live stream viewers as well that let us spread our aloha to them. So let us give a shaka to the back cameras. They are live streaming from all around the world. Australia, New Zealand, Atlanta, Chicago, down the street in Kalihi, everywhere in between. So we say mahalo for joining us. We feel your presence with us on this Aloha Sunday. And joining me today on platform is, of course, a beautiful licensed Unity teacher, June Dillinger. So aloha, and thank you for saying yes to service today, June. And then joining us for the message is our lead minister, Reverend Denese Schellink. Yes. And of course, joining us in person is all of you. So let's give you a round of applause as well. And today is Aloha Sunday, which means that typically, we have Aloha Sunday breakfast sponsored, and we still do. However, we have yet to find that beautiful soul that is willing to sponsor today's breakfast. So it has been paid for, but we're asking one of you, out of the generosity of your heart, oh, we have a sponsor. Okay, then never mind. Oh, right. June Dillinger. No, yes, okay. All the rest of the year. Oh, yes. And so we do need individuals to sponsor other Aloha Sunday breakfast. So after today's service, if this is something you feel called to do to nourish the souls, the minds of those here in this community month after month for Aloha Sunday, please go down to Connection Central. There is a sign-in roster as well, and you can dedicate your breakfast to somebody that you love, whether they're living or they're beyond with us in spirit. And so after Connection Central, go down there. And then after today's service, we do have Sukiya Mahikari offering no-touch energy healing in the courtyard as well. And so see them after today's service. And then at 12, that's 12 o'clock, we will have our January town hall meeting. We haven't had a town hall meeting since November, so this will be jam-packed with information about what's happening here on the campus. And so please join us at 12 p.m. If you can't be here in person, you can also live stream us for this as well. And we have our compassionate communication circles on Tuesday, every single Tuesday at 6:15 to 8:15 in room 201. If you want to learn the language of really getting needs fulfilled and really putting down any barriers to the presence of love and strengthening communication with your fellow members, with your household, whatever it is, your bosses. Our compassionate communication class can give you those skills that really help you to achieve real results, peaceful results in your life through communication. And then we have prayer chaplain training. If you would love to be in service in this community as a prayer chaplain, we do have prayer chaplain training. Let me see when it is. It's February 9th and 16th from 12 to 1 p.m. in room 201. There's more details in your bulletin. And we also are extending our membership renewal. So if you haven't renewed your membership, you may do so online, and you may also do so in Connection Central. And now for a special announcement, I invite up Reverend Margie Hyatt.
Thank you, Reverend Johanna. Well, on March 1, Sunday, that's our annual membership meeting. So I expect to see this room just as full on that Sunday. Voting members, of course, will participate in the election of new Board of Trustee members. The nominees should be on the screen, or will be shortly, because I don't have the list. And we have 5 open positions this year, and there are, I understand, 8 candidates. And you will hear from them at next month's town hall meeting. They have an opportunity to speak directly to our congregation. Also, in addition to our Board of Trustees election, we have bylaws changes upcoming for both our church organization, and also for the Unity Church of Hawaii Foundation, our investment organization. So those will be all that information, the nominations, the candidates for office, the bylaws changes for both organizations will be going out in a membership mailing on February 9th, the second Sunday of February. If you're a voting member, you will have the opportunity to pick up the packet and save us that postage. We thank you very much for doing that. And then that next Monday, the packets will be mailed out to those that did not have the opportunity to pick them up. So your responsibility as a voting member is to show up on February 9th and pick up your packet, and then definitely be here on March 1 for our annual meeting. And you can participate online, of course. And welcome our online community to join us in our governance activities. Thank you for your participation. And even if you're not a voting member, you're an important part of this community. Come and witness and participate in what the movement forward that we are experiencing in this community. Thank you all so very much.
And one last announcement, and this is going to be the last time you're going to hear from me with regards to the fundraising and all. Amazing. As you remember, we did the board and the Cornerstone folk put up $49,500. And every single dollar of that was matched, so we ended up with $99,000, almost $100,000 that you guys brought in. So blessings and blessings and blessings aboard. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And now let us take this time to center into spirit as we take this time to deeply reflect within through song and meditation.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
Our daily word today is let go and let God. Let go and let God. Our affirmation is, I let God be God in me. If you'll join me together, I let go and God in me. And from the reading, Meister Eckhart, 14th century German mystic, taught, all that God asks you most pressingly is to go out of yourself. and let God be God in you. Reflecting on Eckhart's words, I remember that whatever I am doing, I never feel frustrated by the limits of human wisdom and understanding. Letting go and letting God reminds me that God's presence is with me throughout every experience of my life. God's love, life, wisdom, understanding, and strength are mine. Even my inner power of release works through me whenever I call upon it. My human self, together with the indwelling presence of God, the Christ in me, brings God into my life. And from John chapter 14, verse 10, the words I say to you, I do not speak on my own, but the Father who dwells in me does his work. I let God be God in me. The Unity Daily Word for today.
So join me now as we journey inwardly, taking that holy breath, closing the outer eye, allowing God to be God in me. And so this beautiful, quiet, guided prayer and meditation allows us to set all other things aside and truly let go. We let go and we allow the presence of God to completely fill our body temple. That with every breath we take, we are inhaling this most magnificent presence that goes to every aspect of the body temple. And even this ethereal body. With every breath, we are filled with more and more light. And we turn away from any darkness. I let God be God in me. And that is, there is one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. The infinite, living, loving presence of God. And in this holy place, there is a deeper recognition of that truth. This one presence and one power is revealed through the power of the mind, through the energy of the body, and through the wisdom of the heart. There is no spot that God is not. This presence is omnipresent everywhere. This presence is all-powerful, omnipotent, And this presence is all-knowing, omniscience. And I am an individual expression of the One. And I am here to bring heaven to earth. Through the activity of the living, loving Christ Spirit in me. So we take a moment to move into a silent time. We use our breath to anchor in the awareness of love's presence here and now. And we move into that heart center, into the secret place of the Most High, where you and I and God are one. Into the silence. And so we thank you, magnificent presence of all life that expresses through and as us, that we are here to be the presence of peace, the presence of love, the presence of beauty, and the presence of joy. And we make manifest your vision here on earth, God, through our expression. And so we give thanks for our way shower, Jesus the Christ, who taught us how to pray through the Lord's Prayer. And this is the original Aramaic version translated. Say this with me. Father, Mother, birther and breath of all, create a space in us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail, your one desire that acts through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us physical and spiritual nourishment each day. Untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. Age to age, from you comes the glorious harmony of life. May these statements be fertile ground from which our future grows. Amen and amen.
When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here,
pray. I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Thank you. Thank you, Malahuia. And Christina. And Dan. Yeah. And our band. So beautiful. Later, Dan's going to do some amazing music. This is his last Sunday to be our music director. And we're going to give him an opportunity to shine his light that he does so beautifully. Good morning. Good morning. So happy to see each and every one of you. You look amazing. Yes? Yes. Yeah, it's so beautiful from this side. I'm knowing You're seeing the same light. Yes? Yeah. So a friend of mine shared with me recently, she's actually a congregant from another church, and she struggles in relationships. And so she says to me, I'm trying to make friends outside of Facebook. And so I'm going to use the same principles. And she says, every day I walk down the street and I tell everyone what I've eaten for the day and how I feel at any given moment and what I've done the night before and what I might do later with anyone. And then I give them pictures of my family, I give them pictures of my dog and me gardening and taking things apart in the garage and sort of watering the lawn and just everyday events. And I also listen to their conversations, I give them a thumbs up, and then I tell them I like them. And it works just like Facebook. I already have 4 people following me. The police, a private investigator, and a psychiatrist. It's just so funny how that Facebook thing is. But I do enjoy my time on Facebook. Any of you love to do that? Probably nobody, but it's sort of my time to get away from everything that's so serious. And all my friends are so wonderful on Facebook. There's no arguing there, And I can't hear them yelling on Facebook. So that's even more wonderful. But I did see something that just struck me as funny as well. And those are those church signs. Remember the old-fashioned church signs that we used to have, in front of the church where I was growing up in Southern Baptist? There was always this sign, and every week it would say something different. And I found some really wonderful ones. It says, "Frog parking only, all others will be towed away." I want to grow my own food, but I can't find the bacon seeds. I checked into the Hokey Pokey clinic, and I really turned myself around. And this one I love. My wife said I never listened to her, or something like that. And the last one is, what happens if you get scared half to death twice? Okay, talk is over with. We have found the joy that we are seeking in the world. Yes. Remember a couple of weeks ago I played that video of Just Get Happy? Yes? Some of you are here, and so that's one way to do it, is to look for the humor in between the seriousness, because I don't know about you, every now and then it gets a little too serious, of really wanting, let's just lighten it up just a little bit. Yeah. My beautiful brother here, Thomas, who was a pediatrician, he always looks so joyful and happy, and he says, it's not life or death here. So it's like, it's in perspective. Yeah. So we're going to continue this series of basic teachings of unity. I want to thank Reverend Johanna, who did a great job last week. Talking about the second principle. So the first principle was there's only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, the infinite, living, loving presence of God. Now, normally we say that every Sunday as our statement of faith. So one presence, one power. That's our number one principle. And our number two principle is our essence is of God, therefore we are inherently good. This God called essence is the Christ. And this Christ was fully expressed in Jesus. And that spark of divinity, the Christ presence, is in you and me. Yes? Yes. That's what we know, that everybody has that same spark. Everybody was born an original blessing, that we are imbued with this divine presence. Some of us hide it more than others. Right? It's like, wow, we need to just shine up your light just a little bit. Yeah. And that's what we come to church for. That's why we go to classes. That's why we study and meditate and pray, is to ignite that light. So that's our guiding force. So that has more attention than the world. Yes? And that takes a little bit of work to just consistently do that. So we have other teachings. And today we are talking about mindful co-creation. So our third principle is we are co-creators with God, and we create our reality through thoughts held in mind. Is that, yeah. Way to go, Diana. She's on it. Yeah. Always. She is. She just covers our rear ends all the time. Yeah. Thoughts held in mind. That's so true. I was working with this principle this week, and of course, I get to learn what I'm teaching, right? So I'm being mindful of what I'm thinking, and I'm driving down the road, and I see this beautiful woman, and she's jogging, and as I get closer, I sort of noticed that her rear end is big. And my judgment is just like, wow, that's a big rear end. So thoughts in my mind produce after their kind, right? So we got to be careful what we're talking and saying, yes? Yes. So I let that one go, right? Let's not be noticing the little twig in someone else's eye when I've got a log in my own, right? So letting that go. So our third principle, and so what we're here to do is raise our sights. This is what we're here to do at Unity and any spiritual community, that we are co-creating with this one presence all of the time. Now, whether we're co-creating from our Christed self or our shadow or a dark side, doesn't matter. The law is the same. We are just co-creating. So it's important, wouldn't you say, to sort of be mindful of what we're creating, yes? Yes, to sort of say, if I don't like what I'm seeing in my world, then I need to shift, right? I need to shift. And sometimes that means you need to move or get a new job or get a new partner. But 99% of the time, what is it? It's me, right? It's me. I need to, take a look at what I am focusing my attention on. Right? What am I giving my energy to? So this week we're also looking at the 64 days. Does anybody have one of the Season of Peace and Nonviolence brochures? Would you? Elaine, you're here. Oh my gosh. We are so happy to have you. I didn't know you were out there. So Elaine's been with you all for many, many years, and I had the privilege of knowing her for the first few months I was here. So she's back, I'm guessing, visiting. So we are entering into a season of peace and nonviolence, and this is a time to celebrate the teachings of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. And these are 64 days, so it starts January 3rd, goes through April 4th, and these are the commemorative times of these two giant people, spiritual teachers, of being the presence of peace in the world. And so I want to share this with you. It's 23 years, I believe, that some of us have been practicing the season of peace and nonviolence. So these are beautiful teachings. There's principles. I won't read them all, but the joint principles say nonviolence means honoring the dignity and inherent worth of every human being. And it goes on to say nonviolence is courageously choosing to practice compassion with our apparent adversaries, our enemies. We oppose injustice, not people. Nonviolence means recognizing love as the power of the human spirit to triumph over injustice, social inequity, suffering. This is the hero's journey. Yes? So if you'll join me, we have these available, a few of them back there, but many more at the Connection Central. And it starts January 30th, runs through April 4th. So January 30th, the first one is by Eleanor Roosevelt. And so these are affirmations and then actions. Our fifth principle in unity is it's not enough to know these teachings. We got to take action. We have to embody them so that we know what they are. So Eleanor Roosevelt urged us, she said, you must do the things you think you cannot do. It's courage. We need to be courageous to do what is ours to do. Yes? Yes. I know that you're all here on this hero's journey with me. But it's not always easy, is it, to be present in love and to stand in principle when things feel like it's against me or against us or against our ideas or ideals. But these teachings are true regardless of who is standing in front of us, yes? Yes. So these are the bigger ideals. So Gandhi always treated his opponents as partners. That his enemies soon became his biggest supporters just by his nonviolent principles, just from his presence. He was able to warm their hearts, to hear differently, even though they were on opposite sides of the issue. He was able to be present in love, to hear what his brother or sister needed to say, and then to offer his honesty. Yes? But we first have to create a safe place. We first have to put the swords down, open the heart. Yes? Yes, and create space for that listening. And that's what he came to teach us. Nonviolence is courageously choosing to practice compassion. So I invite you to join us in this 64 days as we journey into this beautiful season. It is sponsored by AGENT, the Association of Global New Thought. And on our website, you can go, and every day there's a mandala, and every day it changes. So if you don't like paper, you can actually go to our website and look at our mandala for 64 days and practice along with us. Yes? You online? So there's always a way to be engaged. So under these spiritual laws, and the law is the law of attraction we're talking about for this third principle, our every story is attracting its vibrational match. Yes? Our story, whatever we are describing as our world, as our life, that is attracting its equivalent vibration. So if we don't like what we're seeing, we need to raise our vibration, right? Yes. So rather than going around and moving all the chairs on the Titanic, that's such a great saying, isn't it? Because it's going down regardless, right? I don't care how beautiful you make those chairs. It's not hanging around, right? So we could keep changing it up, but really we need to let go of most of our stories, yes? My slogan is let go of the story, get on with the glory. Yes? Yeah. Because that sad, sad story you've been telling keeps attracting another sad, sad story. And I don't mean that we don't need empathy and compassion. We do. There's been some horrendous things that have happened to us. But just how long do we want to tell that story? How long do we want to identify as that? And so we get to choose. This is the law of attraction, that we are vibrating at a frequency level. And those frequencies are determined by the feelings and the thoughts that we hold in our mind. Thoughts held in mind, produced after their kind. Yes? We know those little slogans. But we just think that we're living in this dream, the illusion or the nightmare that you created. Oh, couldn't have been me. I'm sure I didn't create this. What are you thinking about? Yeah. So thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. And so if we are mistrusting, resentful, suspicious, and fearful, look around how you have attracted all those people that are also fearful, resentful, mistrusting, and suspicious. Yes? Yeah. So when we want to change the field, we have to be the change we wish to see. Yes. We want to tell a different story to bring a different result. And our story is that we are here for a divine purpose. That there is something so magnificent that wants to be expressed through you, each and every one of you. And that we are just here to get on with bringing the kingdom of heaven to earth. Yes? Let's let it go. Let God be God in you. Yes? Let God be God in me. And let me not adhere to that same story that I'm a victim of life's circumstance once again. We're going to clean it up and start new and call in what it is we wish to create. Yes? Yes. So we have this beautiful sea turtle. It just appears, see, when I speak the word, it just, so amazing how this law of attraction is. How it just happens, shows up. So down at our Connection Central, you can add your word. You know, these are words that many of us have decided that this is the community that we want to build and create. And so look at this beautiful list and find one that you want to embody. Be the change you wish to seek in the community. Be the change you wish to see in your own world. This is what we're about. And then there's sheets down at Connection Central. If you don't see your word, that you get to add it. We'll add it onto there. So it's an evolving, living, and breathing document. This beautiful sea turtle symbolizes patience, wisdom, endurance. This is what we're about, the beloved community, of building something that matters. Yeah, building who we have come here to be. So all of you that have done the Q work, you know, on your Q card, that should be an expression here, yes? That's who you come here to be. That's what we call your Christed self, your most noble self, your most amazing, beautiful being. And we want to create a field, an environment in which you feel safe to express that part of yourself. But also your shadow self. Now, if you are in your shadow self, we might be as loving as we can, but we're going to put some boundaries on that, yes? Yes. Yeah, we're not going to just let you act out, right? We might, put you in a timeout or love you up a little bit and, remind you of who you are, bring you into the fold, because we all want to belong, yes? We all want to belong, and that's Jesus' teachings was inclusivity. But we have to behave or act in a certain way that is conducive to creating this beautiful environment. So that's our work, is attracting like-minded individuals who want to co-create something beautiful and amazing. Yes? Yes. And if they don't, then maybe you don't want to play here. That's all. That's all. And if we live at that vibration, anything lower than that will simply disappear. Yes? Yes. That's what will happen. So whose job is it then to co-create this community? Raise your hand. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This is us practicing the law of mind action. Yeah. This is us doing that. And what I know about you is you are amazingly creative, courageous beings. I've seen that. Beautiful. That we are mindful co-creations. And what I know too is that if there's a little bit of fear in you about what's happening next in your life or here or whatever, is I know that you will be whatever tomorrow demands. Yes? Yes. You will be whatever is necessary to maintain and co-create the kingdom of heaven here on earth. It's the law. As long as we stay at that level of who and what we've come here to be. That's what I know about you. Is that there's a huge capacity to do that. And there's a field just waiting for you to plant your own seeds. The Course of Miracles says, seek not to change the world, but choose to change your mind about the world. And as soon as you change your mind about the world, that it is a peaceful place and that it is a friendly place supporting me, right? That I attract to myself all these people that want my gifts, and pretty soon they all show up. Pretty soon our world is out picturing the way our mind is producing. So perception is a result, not a cause. Our perception is a result. You will see the witness to the choice you made and learn from this to recognize which one you choose. The light or the dark. The world you see but shows you how much joy you have allowed yourself to see and accept as yours. Yes? Yes. The power to give it joy must be in you. It doesn't come from outside of us. This kingdom of heaven, this peaceful place, will not get created until you and I get that we're the ones. Yes? Yes. This is us. We are co-creating this community together. So Jesus said, pray believing you have already received it and it will be yours. Pray believing it's already there. Whatever it is that you're wanting, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all these things shall be added unto you. Yes? Seek ye first the consciousness in which to take hold of all that you want to receive God's richest blessings. But first we have to have the consciousness in which to receive it. The Q process can help you there. To be a great receiver. How many of you want to be a great receiver? Yes? We want to be great receivers. We want 2 mitts, right? Catching God's good, right? I'm gonna hold 2 mitts, and they're just gonna have Velcro all over them, right? God's good is just gonna stick all over me. Yes? Yes. Yeah. And everything unlike God is gonna be Teflon all over my body. It's just gonna fall away. It won't attach. It won't diminish me. This is our work. It's trusting and knowing that whatever is before us is for us. To awaken to our most glorious self. In the Bible in Job 3:25 it says, what I have feared has come upon me. What I dreaded has happened. You know, fear, doubt, and worry are actually a prayer request for what you don't want. Yes? Fear, doubt, and worry is a prayer request for what you don't want. So anytime you're in that fear, doubt, and worry, you need to sort of what? Shift. Yes. Get down on your knees if you need to. Call a prayer chaplain. Whoa, I am forgetting who I am. I am moving out of trust and fear that God is the source of my good. I need a reminder. How many of you have prayer partners that you can do that with, or friends? Yes. That's building a community that will support you in those dark moments when we forget. And if you are in a human body, guess what? You're going to forget. Right? We can do a worksheet, right? We can do a worksheet and be so grounded and so remember who and what we are, and then walk down the street and hear someone say something and get triggered in another moment, right? It's sort of the human journey. But it's not how many times we forget, but how quickly we remember. Where we don't stay in our suffering pity party. Yes? That's because I'm done with the suffering. How many of you are sort of done with the suffering? Yeah. I know there's pain, but we don't have to suffer over it. So part of our world is sort of waking up to that. So I better finish this up. Okay. Just having so much fun, it's like, wow, all these great words are coming through. So Abraham Hicks is a beautiful teacher, and she and Esther and Jerry wrote many, many books, and Ask and It Will Be Given is one. But the next slide is expect your every need to be met. And this is a beautiful idea of really what Jesus' teachings, pray believing, you already have it, is expect. When you want something or need something, expect your every need to be met. Expect the answer to every problem. It's not going to be hidden from you. Sometimes we think that way. Yeah, there's an answer. I don't know why it's being hidden from me. So expect to find the answer. Expect abundance at every level. Expect to grow spiritually. You are not living by human laws. Yes? We are spiritual beings having a human journey, not a human being occasionally having a spiritual moment. We are spiritual beings made in the image and likeness of God. That's who we are. And the last thing I want to leave you with are these beautiful quotes. Remember, we talked about just getting in a vibration that feels good, however that works for you. So these are, I call them the espresso moments. Anybody like coffee? Come on. Good. There's some addicts, out there. We just go from one to the other. We try to make it not as harmful as the last, right? So, espresso moments. So, Oprah Winfrey, passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Yes? Feel the passion of focusing on what excites you. And then my mission in life, from Maya, who my favorite being, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do so with passion, compassion, humor, and style. Amen. And then Steve Jobs, I always do the opposite. Steve Jobs, just like it looks, Denise, don't make it harder than it is. Okay, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something. Your gut, destiny, life, karma, God, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. We have to trust, yes? That something greater is at play in our lives. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. The heaven of all is well. Yes? God bless you. Thank you so much.
2, 3.
I got the power, you got the power, we got the power.
That's right.
I got the power, you got the power, we got the power.
Christina. Woohoo! You got the power. Boy, I feel it in here. We got the power, presence of God. It's a time in our service where we get to offer our generous financials to God, to this ministry, and we get to know that God is the source of our good by allowing that generosity to flow through us. So let's take our offering in our hand and know that God is the source of our good with this offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you, God. Yeah, thank you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
and maluhia for the beautiful hula. And as we invite our ushers back to the front on this beautiful Aloha Sunday, and we just know and give thanks for these gifts that were given so freely. We feel the love. We know that it goes on to bless this community, our individual lives. We know that we are in a state of growth, expansion, renewal. And for this, we give thanks, and so we say, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. And so it is, it can be no other way. Amen. Thank you both. Yes, 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 yes. And earlier when we were meeting and greeting one another, there may be a couple of faces you haven't seen in a long time, or someone that this is their first time here, so you're seeing them for the first time. So if this is your first time here at Unity Church of Hawaii, or first time in a long time, we invite you to rise, to stand, so we may give you gifts of love and aloha. So if this is your first time in a long time, our ambassadors are headed your way, and those that are streaming online, if this is your first time, we have a gift for you as well. It is a free meditation. Just click the link at the left of your, or the right of your screen, and I invite you to remain standing because we have more gifts. So inside your visitor's packet is a voucher for a free breakfast, but thank you, June Dillinger, we have breakfast free for everyone, so this is thank you. This is your invitation to join us next week as well, so you may turn that in. And then we have information in the packet about this spiritual community, and one last gift, which is a blessing from our hearts to yours. So we're going to warm up our blessing hands, and together let us say our blessing to our new friends. All right, together. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. The presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well, and well indeed. Thank you for joining with us today. And this is our invitation when we see those with the kukui nut lei on, to invite them over and to tell them about this transformational community and what it has done for your life as well. And I want to just give thanks to Reverend Denese for a beautiful message today. Mahalo. And all of the wonderful volunteers that create this service each and every week. And I have a little bit of announcement as far as our new members class. It will not be this Sunday because after today's service at 12 p.m. we have town hall. So we will continue, whether you're live streaming or here in person, we'll continue with that. Next Sunday at 12, we will be live streaming that. So if you are interested in becoming a new member, please join us next week for our final session before we go into our new member induction the following week. All right. And I want to also invite up our chaplains. And so our chaplains are here. Oh, no, we're going to actually do something else. I have Reverend Denese. Go ahead, Reverend Denese.
There's just a little change. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a change. So this is our time we want to acknowledge our beloved music minister, Daniel Del Negro, who has, So we have we have a lei for him, but also we want to bless him. But he has a gift for us, which is some beautiful music to share. So we're going a little bit longer than we normally would. Do you want to give them the leis now, so he could play with them?
Would you like a lei right now, Danny?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So while they're doing that, let's get our hands ready for a blessing for Dan. And the blessing is: we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold God's love as you. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold God's love as you. Dan, thank you so much. Yeah. You've been an amazing blessing to me as I've been here these months going through this transition. So thank you. Mahalo, mahalo. I can't wait to hear what's going to come through you right now.
Thank you so much. Had a blast with y'all. This is a tune I wrote a while back. I'm going to be doing more concerts and speaking and recording. Thank you. And The reason for the timing is I had hit 65 on January 9th, and I'm getting a pension starting in February, so that's going to kind of free my time up a little bit, you know what I mean? Semi-retired. Thank you. This is a song about the island of Cozumel in Mexico. It's called Cozumel Breeze.
Oh, I've been there.
One, two, one, two. Thank you so much.
Mahalo, Danny Del Negro. All the best wishes to you, Danny. And remember, he'll be on island playing at different venues, so just Google his name and you'll see where he is going to be playing next. So, and now I invite up the chaplains for prayer support. This is our prayer support team. Unity is founded and grounded in prayer. And these are our prayer warriors that hold the high watch for this community. So if you are in need of a 1-minute miracle after today's service, please see our prayer chaplains, and they will give you that 1-minute miracle that you desire. And now, let us all rise, let us stand as we grab a friendly hand and sing the peace song, and Aloha Oi.
That was meant to be with God. joyous time to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Aloha, aloha, eke ona ona noho I karipo. One fond embrace, ahoy, until we meet again.
Aloha, everyone. There is cake in the courtyard in celebration of Danny down that road. So please make your way to the courtyard and help us celebrate. Mahalo. We'll see you at Town Hall. Blessings.